Hello, amazing family. Welcome again to the Real Deal Naija Podcast. Here we are unbundling Africa's largest real estate market. On this platform, we keep it real talk about real estate. On all of our episodes, you will find information that will guide and empower you towards that next property purchase and also direct you towards making credible and sustainable investment decision in the real estate investment market. I'm sure after today's episode, you will be able to decide among two major cities. One of them is a city that is already saturated with credible investment opportunities, although it's very tricky, and the other city is an emerging city equally with credible investment opportunities. To do justice to this topic, I have with me a visionary entrepreneur. He is also a real estate developer. He is the immediate past president of Rotary Club Lekki chapter. He is the CEO of FineBricks Property and Investments Limited. At FineBricks, they have delivered over 200 signature properties and they have portfolios spanning across resorts, residential and commercial properties. They have also delivered the Ibis Mall and the Nobles Ville Estate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Mr. Deji Black.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Now, Lagos has been Nigeria's investment hotspots. But a lot of people are saying Lagos is too expensive, Lagos is not worth the hype, and also, would you say that Lagos is still worth the high entry costs?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, why so?
The truth of the matter is, there are so many things that drives the prices. Development, the way people come into the area, community, state, or whatever. Lagos has actually earned that because a lot of persons in the diaspora want to come in here, they want to do business here. There's a lot of opportunities here. And the more you have people doing business, you also have people that want to reside, that want to live. You have people that want to enjoy themselves. You have people that also want to, just have the kind of feelings they have outside the country. So Lagos has actually earned it. And, when people say Lagos is overpriced, I just smile because a lot of things are involved. So for me, I don't think Lagos is overpriced. And I think Lagos has actually earned that.
Between Lagos and Ibadan, now Lagos versus Ibadan, what are the core differences investors should consider when considering both of these cities for investments?
So first, I wouldn't want to compare both, but I would also say because Ibadan is more like a new place, a new gold mine for people that really want to invest in real estate. Lagos has been in that position for a longer time, and Lagos is competing with other countries, other region in other countries. If you really want to invest in Ibadan, there are so many things you need to consider. I tell people, majority of the non-indigens don't really want to go to Ibadan because they feel it's not safe. But for us that are there, we understand the fact that there are opportunities for you. Ibadan allows you to go into the investment with little or nothing, and you can come out with a lot. People still don't understand that everybody wants to come to Lagos, they want to invest in Lagos, but Ibadan is fast growing, and Ibadan is actually more like if you can't do the bigger investments in Lagos, you can start in Ibadan. There are a lot of investments in Ibadan. I have properties in Ibadan that is selling for 14 million, 20 million. Building, not land. You might not be able to get that in Lagos. Maybe you have to go to the end of Ogun State or something. And even the extreme end in Lagos, that's the where you can't get it. So that's why I can't compare both of them. It's just like heaven to earth. You can't really compare.
So they have their distinct peculiarities. Exactly. You said some people think that Ibadan is not safe. Why is that?
Okay, so I didn't say that it's not safe. I said some people feel Ibadan is not a good place for them because it's more of indigenous community. Like I don't want to go into the tribal whatever that is happening in Lagos now. The Igbos are like, if we can't do business in Lagos, are we going to go to Ibadan to do business where you have a lot of indigents? Lagos is a global place for everybody. But Ibadan, that is Yoruba state. So many people that are not the Yorubas, they don't feel safe doing business there. But from what we have been able to gather, we've seen that you can actually do your business there. You can have your investment there. You can grow your investment there with little or nothing. Like I said, we have a lot of projects there that is going on, and a lot of people from diaspora are also coming into the place. So for now, some people are moving in, but not as much as Lagos. Okay. And as time goes on, the Ibadan will also experience the Lagos vibe.
So overall, you're saying that eventually Ibadan is going to become intertribal friendly, just like the Lagos state is. Okay, all right. You said you don't want to compare, but I still want you to do a bit of comparison, right? So how does the cost of construction and land acquisition compare between these two cities?
I'm still going to say I'm not going to compare because, like I said, even the extreme area of Lagos, you hardly get afford cheaper land. Let me use that phrase, cheaper land. But in Ibadan, you can get land for 500. You can get land for 1 million. You can get land for 2 million. You can get land for 3 million. In Lagos, you're starting from 5 million upward. So you can imagine you buying. So for me, having a building and selling for 14 million, you can imagine how much I bought the land. Because if you put every cost together, I can't sell if I had bought it at a higher price. So like I said, I would not want to compare Lagos with Ibadan. It's a different thing entirely. But if you want to start small and you want to grow your investment, you can go to Ibadan and start over.
Okay. So for land acquisition and construction. Okay, so now I want you to emphasize more on the construction. Are the dynamics difference in terms of artisan engagement and all of that?
So it's very, 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 very distinct. Very, very. Most of the people that work for me, I had to take them from Lagos to Ibadan.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's their mentality. Maybe it's, they are really not, they are not so, I don't know how I want to put it. Their needs are not big.
Okay.
They just want to eat, drink, enjoy themselves. So they don't want to go into stressful labor or something. So you hardly get people that will do the job perfectly for you. But in Lagos, you have a lot of investment, you have a lot of construction going on. If you pick someone from this company, the person already has an idea of what he's going to do in another place. So in Ibadan, they don't really have that much. Like I said, it's just growing on. So they don't really have that much experience. So if you bring them in, you might need to go extra mile to teach them what to do.
So with every market, with every investment comes risk, right? So I want you to tell us, what are some hidden risks that investors should be aware of, especially when it comes to titles, legal issues, and construction issues?
Real estate is very broad. I used to say that if you're doing real estate, you have to be ready to have sleepless nights because there are a lot of things that happen. For instance, I've seen a property that has 2 C of O before, and you know that everybody says if you have C of O, you are fine. But how come you now have 2 C of O on a particular property? So a lot of things like that happen. But that's why if you for you that want to do real estate investment, it's good you do it with people that really know their onions and knows what to do at every point in time. We've seen a lot, and the more you see, the more you are able to find solutions to it, and the more solutions you find to it, the more experience you have. There are so many things you need to check for the legal aspect. A land can have a title and still has a litigation on it. So you need to check deep. And as I said, you need professionals, people who understand the business. If you're buying properties, there are people that you need before you buy those properties. If you're buying land, you need a surveyor. In fact, even if you're buying a house, you need a surveyor because people can fly coordinates. I can pick a coordinate from, this is Oniru. I can pick a coordinate from Agungi and put it on the survey in Oniru. If you don't come to check, you go to Alausa or wherever you want to check, even in Ibadan, you take your survey there. They only pick the coordinate, put it on the system. They put it on the system, it shows that the land is free. But I know that what I sold to you here is not free. So you need a surveyor to come and pick the coordinate directly from the land. So a lot of things like that happens. You can buy a land. I've seen a situation where there is DG, Mayowa, on the title. And the person that is selling is Mayowa ODG. If you don't have a lawyer that truly understand the business, you might fall prey to those fraudulent people. Because DG Mayowa and Mayowa ODG might not be the same name. And they will sell someone else's properties to you. You buy, you think you bought your property. At the end of the day, you've just wasted money. So you need a surveyor, you need a lawyer to help you to check all these things. You need a surveyor to also help you. Then you need to have a good realtor to help you also to get negotiation. That's in terms of negotiation. But majorly litigations is very, very important. It's not just because you have the title. You should also check if the land has also been used for collateral. Because so many developers can actually use their land as collateral and they'll still be selling the land. So if they can't pay, they'll end up putting you in problem. Most times it's not like they don't want to. Most times it's not like they just want to defraud you. Some of them had good intention. But Nigeria can happen to anybody. And if Nigeria happen to you, it's the final consumer that will suffer it more.
Would you say, for people with a smaller budget, right, would you say Ibadan is the new starter city for living and investing?
Yeah, sure. It is. Like I said, we have properties selling for 14 million house. That's a studio. We have properties selling for 20 million, a room and a parlor, which you call a one bedroom. In Lagos, you might not be able to get that. The minimum you can get as at today in Lagos, even at the extreme end, is from 40 million upward. So you can see that it's better to go to Ibadan. You have your little money and start something there.
What role would you say infrastructure has played in the rise of Ibadan and other emerging cities?
Infrastructure has actually played a bigger role, and thanks to Governor Sheyi Makinde, I think he understood the benefit of putting all this infrastructure in place. If you go to even the rural areas in Ibadan, you see that they are constructing roads, they are giving them electricity, potable waters and stuff. So he's actually doing that, and he's helping developers. And that is also, I think that's one of the major reasons why a lot of developers, investors in Lagos are moving to Ibadan. Even the rural areas in Ibadan, you see that they have roads, they have electricity. The place is also secured. The security architecture is good. So this has actually helped a lot of people to go into the state and do other investment. In fact, there's a project we're about to do now with the government. We want to do a resort in Ibadan. We are still in talk with them, myself and some other developers. We're working. So if they don't have all this infrastructure, nobody want to go there. But because we know that they've done that, and the state has a potential to grow, to accommodate the resort. That's why we're going there. And also, now you have train from Lagos to Ibadan, so it's easier for you. You don't necessarily need to drive. If you don't want to go through the Lagos-Ibadan expressway, you can just board the train. I think it's like 6,000 or 5,000 to Ibadan. Takes you to wherever you're going to, brings you back again. So As infrastructure has really helped, and kudos to the governor. You can't play down infrastructure when it comes to growth of states.
All right, sir. So now you have 200 million in cash, right? Where would you invest in? Would you invest in Ibadan or Lagos, or would you invest in both cities?
200 million is much, oh. 200 million is much, oh. If I have 10 million, I'll go to Ibadan.
Okay.
If I have 200 million, it depends. It depends on what I want to do.
Okay.
And it depends on what I'm expecting. Yes. If I take my 200 million naira to buy Noblesville, for instance,
Okay.
I'll buy plenty units. And because it's just by Lead City University, I already have a ready-made market.
Sure.
In fact, currently, we have over 300 students that are, fighting for space.
Interesting.
Because we're not done, so we just told them to hold on. So you can imagine that the market is there for me.
Yes.
If I also have my 200 million naira, if I want to maybe I want to prove class, and I'm not so bothered about the immediate return I'm getting, I'll do Lagos.
Okay. All right. So what you're saying now is both cities, different opportunities,
Exactly.
depending. Okay. How about in terms of risk appetite?
The risk appetite in Ibadan is very low. Very low.
Okay.
Very, very low. To do your title is affordable, it's faster, it's cheaper. You don't have this issue of too many money disturbing you here and there. You only need to meet the heads, they can talk to them. In Lagos, I don't want to go there.
I can imagine. All right, we have had a really insightful topic today. Like I said, at the end of this episode, you will be able to decide between these two major cities. Where should you invest in? The already existing markets with a lot of opportunities, or the emerging cities with credible opportunities as well. Do you know anybody in any of these cities, or do you know someone who is about to make an investment decision? I recommend you share this video with them for them to make their decision. Also, are there opportunities in any of these cities you would like to share with us? Kindly drop it in the comment section. We would love to read from you. That's it on today's episode of the Real Deal Naija Podcast. Thank you, Mr. Deji Black, for joining us today. All right, so remember, on this platform we are unbundling Africa's largest real estate market. Share, like, comment, subscribe. If you have not done that, I want to encourage you, because we have free gifts going out. You can stand a chance to win that free gift when you comment the word coffee mug, and guess what? A beautiful jumbo coffee mug will be delivered right to your doorstep, courtesy of the Real Deal Naija Podcast and our proud sponsor, FineBricks Property and Investments Limited. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Spread the word. Use the hashtag #thread. I'll see you on another episode of the Real Deal Naija Podcast.